Have you ever been curious about the foods that the best tennis players eat? What do players like Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and others consume that enables them to compete at their best during the course of the season? How do they stay hydrated while playing and maintain their energy levels? Making a full player out of somebody requires a lot of different factors. It's common to take things that happen in the background for granted. Many young tennis players neglect the need for maintaining a healthy diet and eating habits, which is a crucial part of their career. A player's ability to perform on the court is significantly influenced by their off-court activities, including stretching exercises, excellent cool-down techniques, fitness training, healthy foods, and adequate diets. A healthy diet is an essential component of a sportsperson's lifestyle, and today we'll look at some of the top tennis players' diets and eating habits, including Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. Roger Federer. One of the most well-known tennis players in the world is Roger Federer. The technically skilled player has increased his level of physical match preparation significantly. Although his success has mostly been the product of his commitment since a young age, anyone might gain a lot from his training program. Federer has won several additional titles, including 20 Grand Slams, proving that he's been at the top of his game for a very long time. He was able to do all of that because he worked hard to keep up with the competition by practicing frequently. He has a more flexible diet than the majority of other players on the circuit, at the very least. We all know how much Federer adores pizza. However, the maestro has only eaten spaghetti before a game for the past 20 years. Throughout his career, Roger claims that pasta has worked fantastically for him, and he hasn't found the need to switch any other substitutes. As a result, Roger Federer consumes spaghetti on a regular basis. A chocolate snack is Roger Federer's go-to food. Anytime he can, he prefers to devour them. He consumes bananas and energy snacks with chocolate flavor throughout the games. Federer enjoys homemade waffles for breakfast, and he follows up with a glass of fresh juice and some coffee. He often takes a shot of vinegar to finish his breakfast. Although Roger Federer prefers to eat spicy food for dinner, he typically orders Italian, Japanese, or Indian food. In addition to chocolate, Roger Federer often treats himself to fonduta, an Italianized version of the Swiss fondue made with milk, butter, cheese, and egg yolks. In addition, raclette, a hot cheese that melts gently and is then scraped onto the dish, is another food that he likes better. Federer pretty much eats anything he wants, so it makes sense to ask what foods he prefers. Federer's favorite food is reportedly pizza, but not just any pizza. Pizza with fresh figs, Parma ham, rocket, and white truffle cheese cream. Federer's customized pizza at Players Restaurant was made by Chef Jan Daily. An additional one of the Swiss's gastronomic favorites is chocolate, it's said. Roger Federer doesn't follow a strict diet. To maintain his energy levels, he eats frequently throughout the day, beginning with a substantial breakfast that's rich in carbohydrates. He also consumes snacks throughout the day, like bananas and protein bars. He eats a lot of fresh cuisines, but ice cream is also a favorite. Rafael Nadal. Seafood makes up a large portion of the clay court master's diet. That has been the same in the more than 10 years since he first began to rule the tennis world. Rafa was constantly touting the value of a seafood-rich diet to the media, regardless of whether it was his 3rd or 21st championship. Therefore, it's unlikely that Rafa Nadal's diet would be for you if you can't stomach the flavor of fresh seafood. However, Rafa has regularly stated that his favorite foods include chocolate and paella, so it's not excessively limited diet. He does, however, recognize the value of self-control, given that he is reportedly cited as saying, "You eat paella every day, you cannot play tennis." Rafa enjoyed steamed fish and prawn dumplings virtually every day, as well as filtered seawater, which is typically drunk after matches to restore salts. In contrast to the current trend of intermittent fasting, Rafa typically has a substantial breakfast that is every bit as appetizing as his sporadic seafood paella evening. This information on Rafa Nadal's diet has been pieced together from numerous social media posts as follows. Rafa's eating practices can be categorized as ideal in the part of diet followed by top athletes. Nadal adores fish. If he's not going to play his matches, he almost always gets fish and paella. He does, however, try to limit his consumption because it limits his ability to play. He regularly eats olives and, to some extent, chocolate as part of his daily diet. Before we move on, for more interesting content like this, make sure to slam that subscribe button to our channel, Tennis Experts. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we post a new video, and let's move back onto the video. It's hardly surprising to see alcohol occasionally make its way into Rafael Nadal's diet. considering that he once served as a brand ambassador for Bacardi. Nadal appears to be preferring a well-made drink to a beer or whiskey on the rocks to help him unwind at dinner. Rafa probably only enjoys a few cocktails, much like he only enjoys a few types of chocolate. Caroline Wozniak. Believe it or not, broccoli is Caroline Wozniak's favorite dish. The Dane prefers lunch that includes a lot of vegetables, some chicken, and just enough rice to round out the meal. When she grows tired of broccoli, she switches to spinach and asparagus to vary her diet. One of her favorite breakfast foods is pancakes, and if she has a matchup coming soon, then she enjoys chowing down on warm chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream. She typically eats spaghetti before any match since it absorbs well and turns into energy nearly instantly. She consumes some energy bars, some bananas, and a German energy drink throughout the game to stay hydrated and replenish lost potassium. Novak Djokovic. Djokovic is so committed to his diet that when he felt like eating chocolate after his victory, he merely only had one square and set the rest aside. This month saw the publication of a book by the top tennis player in the world, in which he goes into the great details about how the rigorous measures that he takes to achieve his physical greatness. The author of Serve to Win, the 14-day gluten-free plan for physical and mental excellence, describes how Djokovic credits his 3-year-old switch to a gluten-free diet for his professional success. Since 2010, Novak Djokovic has avoided gluten in his diet. He has a breakfast that's sweet to start the day. Djokovic's diet consists of a consistent routine of honey, fruits, and a cereal mix made of oats. The sugar present in fruits, including fructose and glucose, is abundant in the diet. He occasionally adds greens and fresh vegetables to shake things up. The Serb has Powerball muesli for lunch, which consists of rolled gluten-free oats, golden raisins, dried cranberries, sunflower seeds, and almond slices. He also consumes rice or almond milk, bananas, and sliced apples or berries. Simona Halep. Off the court, this WTA singles regular who often finishes in the top 5 follows a stringent diet. Despite only eating California rolls occasionally, she likes seafood and prefers to eat sushi most of the time. She regularly eats pasta, which is considered to be the finest meal for tennis players, and is, of course, a staple in her diet. She does, however, like it simply with occasional additions of parmesan and olive oil to the pasta rather than a cream sauce. She drinks the perfect amount of water and is her go-to energy drink to keep herself well hydrated. In order to replenish her energy during the matches, she also eats bananas and energy snacks. Halep enjoys treating herself to pizzas after the match. While it's vital to draw inspiration from the diets of the greatest tennis players, it's also crucial to remember that everyone has a unique body and a set of physiological systems. It's important to experiment, track the outcomes, and follow one's own diet without fear. Also, make sure to keep an eye out for your body's reaction. And with that all said and done, that is all for today's video. So are you going to have a healthy diet plan like these tennis players? Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please give us a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. We'll see you in our next video, but until then, spend some time watching some other videos on the channel. Goodbye.